Hey guys, this is Gabin once again, and today we'll be looking at square and square root. Square and square root. Alright, so what is the difference between them two? Alright, so a square, it's a square, a number multiplied by itself give you a square. Alright, so whenever you hear something is squared, it's basically saying that particular object times by itself, that particular number times by itself. So a number times by itself will give you a square of that number. So a square is a number multiplied by itself, right? Now, and what is the square root? So the square root is basically, you hear that there's a square in there and there's also a root. So a root is basically you are raising that particular number to a half, right? You are raising that particular number to a half. So what basically means is, so you have a square as we just said. So for instance, we have got x squared, right? X squared is just x times x, right? Or sometimes they will just write dot x, right? Or sometimes they even just ignore the dot, right? So you have 2x. Now, so this is a square. However, what is the square root? So for the square root, as I said, you are raising that particular number to a power of half, right? To a half. So for instance, if you have x equals that, this is basically saying x to the power of 1 and 2, right? X to the power of 1 and 2, right? So now, how are these two linked, right? So these two are linked by this relationship, right? By this relationship, right? So for instance, if we take square root of x squared, right? So let's do square root of x squared. Square root of x squared is basically saying x to the power of 2 on 2, which is just x, right? So basically, x squared is the inverse of square root of x, or square root of x is just the inverse of x squared, right? So you are doing this by putting the squared. If you have x, when you put the square that you are doing it, but then to redo the square, you have to use the square root, right? So that's how those two are linked. Now, I've got a few examples for you. However, I'm gonna use a different way of actually solving x squared. So imagine you have a number and you are trying to solve that particular number and you don't know, or maybe you could use a calculator. Maybe calculators are not allowed. However, and you don't have enough time to actually compute it. So how do you do? How do you find out the square root, the square of that particular number? Now let's look at this example. The example that we've got for square is 33 times 32 squared, right? 32 squared. So what is this number? 36 squared. Alright, so now let's get rid of this. Now my first step, simple. We know that a number squared is just basically this number times by itself, right? Times by 33. Now my next line is very important because what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to find the factor using the factor of this number, right? The factor of this number. So we know in 33 we only have two options, is 3 and 11, right? 3, 11 and 33 by itself, or maybe 1 as well. Now here I'm gonna use the idea of 11 and 33. So what I'm gonna have here, I'm gonna have 11 times, now this is 11 times 3 times by 33. Now, but this is not changing anything, but I'm interested in this part now because it's a multiplication. I'm allowed to do that, and that will give me 11 times 99. 11 times 99. Look at this. Now multiplication by 11 is basically times by 10 plus whatever plus 1, which is plus 99. So I can do this as well. I can develop this and do this. Do 10 times 99 because there is 1 plus 99, right? So now things are becoming easier because I can again do this step, and this will give me 990 plus 99, right? 990 plus 99. I'm pretty sure this is easier than computing this or doing other method that you could use, and this is also a quicker way to do it. So then you have 1089, right? 1089. So this is the answer, guys. So therefore 33 squared is equal to 1089, right? So I hope this is clear enough. And if you want to compute one for let's compute one for the square root, right? One for the square root. So let's compute one for the square root, right? So for the square root, maybe let's just put on the side here. Let's use that side here and then have square root. So with that square root, let's have square root of 576, right? So this is a perfect number, and this is a perfect number, right? So now, how do we work out this? Now, there is a quicker way. If you don't know this, computing this, it could be painful, but then there's a quicker way which I'm trying to show you. Now, the first thing that you have to do, you have to find the prime factor of this number, 576. Prime factor of 576. Now, so with that, let's divide this number by 2. When divide this number by 2, so you get 288, and then you divide again this by 2, give us 144, and 144 divided by 2 will give us 72, and 72 divided by 2 will give us 36. 36 divided by 2 will give us 18, and 18 divided by 2 will give us 9, and 9 divided by 3, because 3 doesn't work, go 3 divided by 3 is 1. Right? What can we conclude here? What we can conclude, we can say that square root, sorry, not square root. We can say that 576 is equal to 2 times 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So power of 6, and then 3 to the power of 2. Now this is this. Now, however, we've got this under square root, so this we could replace this and say this is the same as 2 to the power of 6, right, times the square root of 3 squared, right? But then what is this? As I said earlier, so this is 6 to the power divided by 2, and this is 3 to the power of 2 on 2, and then what this gives us is 2/3 times by 3, and then what is 2 to the power of 3? 2 to the power of 3 is just 8. 8 times 3 is just 24, right? So 24 is the answer, right? Now we could then therefore can put our therefore here. Sorry guys, it's a bit messy. 576 is equal to 24. Thank you so much guys. Remember to like, share, comment, and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so we can produce more videos. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.